Jackson Radio Show.
Hey, it's Liz Mattori filling in for Kevin Jackson. It's the Kevin Jackson Show on KJ Radio. You can check me out on Twitter and Facebook at Liz Mattori, Lizmatory. So, I just wanted to take a moment because I feel like there is way too much stuff going on, and we always have to sort of like recalibrate. Number one, when we watch the news, we literally are consuming whatever stories that are happening. And a lot of these stories, it's not like they don't have anything to do with us, but these events are so far away that the only thing that we actually, we can't do anything about it, but all we get is the negativity and we're literally consuming that negativity. And why would you think, if anything, this is happening? It's this notion of keeping people in this anxious state. And the people who think that, we're overpopulated or, there's this concept of scarcity. But we know that there's abundance and, there's light versus dark and, opportunity versus inability. Unfortunately, it is that literal A or B. And I know that it's really hard for people to understand that, but even though things seem like they're out of control, at the end of the day, the only person that you have to be able to sort of have any sort of control over is yourself. I remember my mom would always say, don't allow people to have free rent in your brain if someone wronged you or some sort of bad conversation you had and you're thinking over and over and you're ruminating on it. And you're wondering, golly, that person, more likely than not did not care about you. And they have moved on in their lives. And you're the one that is stuck in it. And, I just wanted to say that now because I feel like there's so much going on. Hey, even McCabe needs to have, a moment of zen these days because clearly he's seen better days. And I don't know if you remember Marianne Williamson. She actually ran for Congress. This is the theme today is talking about Congress, but she ran for Congress in California in 2014. And she's a new age sort of spiritual leader out there. And one of her poems that I really love, that I'd love to share with you today, is called Our Deepest Fear. It goes like this. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, or fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine, as children do. We were born to manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. And so I actually learn a lot from sort of motivational speeches. I used to drive up and down. One of my exes actually lives about an hour away from me. And so when we were, driving up and back to visit each other, it would be a change of radio hubs. So I'd be here and then I'd be driving up to see him and then I lose my signal. So I finally figured out over the year that you would just, listen to stuff on YouTube. You'd pick out what you want to watch and then, listen to it on the way up. And I always loved listening to those motivational talks. And it really hit me a few months ago that a lot of this motivational stuff are conservative principles. Especially when you talk about the notion of being able to tap into your God-given potential and thrive, like that's what we believe wholeheartedly. First of all, we believe in God. We believe that even Quakers, I went to a Quaker school, as I said, and, we believe that God is in everyone and that you allow your light to shine. That is the light of God that you are basically sharing with the world. And I think we need to continuously remind ourselves that beautiful statement that Marianne had articulated, which is though they kind of tend to go liberal philosophy is not New Age. Liberal philosophy doesn't talk about empowerment. It doesn't talk about, like my dad would say, standing with your, head high, shoulders back, being proud of what you can accomplish so that you can inspire others or make the path for someone else so that the next person can go even farther. I mean, that's how we live our lives. And I think that's really the reason why I get so angry about liberal philosophy and what progressives are doing, particularly in communities that need more help than others, is that the mentality that has sort of seeped out into the conscience of the people is that they aren't able to do it. And it's so sad. I mean, if anything, when people know that there's possibility that they can literally change their lives for the better, you get to think for yourself, pray, and focus on the things that you want to create and do what you need to do, take care of your business and, change your life for the better. That's why we conservatives love what we do, because we know, we believe, and we ought to believe that there's a better future for everyone, especially when you live in a way to, and you have the systems in place and you have the balance of powers and you have the civic mindedness and, the family orientation. We really have to kind of know that this is the right path. And regardless of how crazy, convoluted, and scary things might turn out, particularly when we are watching news, we all have to know that we have to be stronger than all this and share positivity and share, whatever verses. Maybe some people have some cool verses they like to share with the others so that we literally can, counterbalance the bad stuff, because there's so much out there, but we have what's right and what's good within. What is it? When they go low, we go high. We have to really be bigger and better. We have to channel every ounce of positivity in order to shine brighter, because they are going to try everything in their might to take it away from us.
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.